Hi all, it's Barb coming to you from my craft studio. I have a few projects that I want to share with you. I'll be right back. Okay, we'll start with the completed ones. I finished my bunny wreath. This one I used the two wreath forms from Dollar Tree, the bunny shaped one and the egg shaped one. The yarn I believe was Hobby Lobby, the bow Michaels. I think the florals were probably from Dollar Tree. Most of my florals I pick up there. I just had them in my stash, so I can't say 100%. And I put the little pom-pom that I got at Dollar Tree on there as well. I really liked how it turned out. I think it's super cute. So that one hangs on the door that's in our TV room, which used to be a bedroom, so it's got a door on it. We always leave it open, but I put that on there. And this one was made using the carrot wreath frame from Dollar Tree. I've seen people do them different ways, and I seen one where they kind of did it this way with the fabric underneath, and I thought I like that because then you can line this stuff. A lot of people use the nautical rope. At the time I didn't have that, so I just used some yarn that I had. I thought it worked well. I actually made the bow. Pretty pleased. I thought it turned out okay. The ribbon was from Michaels, and then the greenery up here was from Dollar Tree. The fabric I think may have been from a bundle I bought at Meijer, but it could have been Joann. It was just, or even Walmart. But I know it was from a fat quarter bundle, and at that time Dollar Tree didn't sell them. Now, if you have a Dollar Plus section, you might find some of the fabric bundles, the fat quarter bundles. But I thought that one turned out really cute. This one hangs on our bedroom door, which we usually leave open as well. Just the two of us here. This one I might still want to add a ribbon. I just finished it up this morning because at first I ran out of the nautical rope when I was working on this one, and I could only find one at the Dollar Tree I was at, but I went to another Dollar Tree yesterday and I found some more of it. So, and this was, the bees were from Dollar Tree, the rope was from Dollar Tree. It's a clay pot. It was from Dollar Tree. I think the flower probably was from Dollar Tree. This little thing was from Amazon. It was attached to a strand of beads. I shared it in my haul video yesterday, kind of like these. They gave me two like this, so I decided to use one on my little beehive. I'm going to use this on a tiered tray when I switch to, when I change from Easter to spring. And then these two aren't, well, let's go with the ones that are done yet. This one here, sure I did, was one of the big dice that I found at Dollar Tree. I had a hard time painting it. I've seen some people since put a balloon over them, but I just found chalk paint work to cover it. I did have to place the vinyl by hand or it wanted to tear off the paint. And I just kind of used some brown. It's kind of not the best on top, but more often than not, he'll probably have a little hat on. This was a sock I got at Dollar Tree, and I cut the foot part off. I kind of fringed the top opening and then tied it so it looks like the little pom-pom at the top. I'd like to get some other colors of those. This one won't be bad for spring though if I want to use it. I just thought for tiered tray decor. Though the face looks kind of boy and it's got pink on, but I guess guys can wear pink. It's that horrible how we're kind of trained to think certain colors are girl or boy. More so colors for girls, because I mean boys you think blue and black, but women wear theirs with no problem. But pink, it's like you see a guy wearing pink and you're like, oh, it takes you by surprise. And it shouldn't. You know, everybody should be able to wear whatever color they want. But the faces, I bought an SVG bundle on Etsy. I bought a couple actually. I'm not sure which one this came from, but and then I bid some of the little ones. I still want to find the ones that are just white, because I think they're more rounded like the bigger one was. But I did have a hat on him, but I bought the hats off Amazon. I had them before I finished the dice. But I'd like to do more. This was my first batch. I'm going to just show you this one with the hats on that I bought on Amazon. That one. This one. And this one I lost one of the eyes, but with the hat on you can't really tell. So well, she'll probably always have a hat on. But anyways, that's those. And then I have a couple that aren't completed yet, but I'm going to go ahead and share where I'm at on it. A lot of people use the nautical rope to outline these two as well, but I didn't have that at the time I was working on this. I wish I'd had some black chunky yarn, but all I had was really thin black yarn, so I just went with this one that I found, I think on clearance at Hobby Lobby. This fabric and this fabric were Hobby Lobby. The frame was from Dollar Tree, and I think this fabric was from that same bundle as the orange was. And then I just took some, we used to call them pipe cleaners. Now what do they call them? Chanel sticks, I think they call them. No, we always used to call them pipe cleaners growing up. I just kind of wrapped that around that because the frame was red, and I didn't want his antennas to be red. So I want to add like a bow to this one, but I've got to find some bee ribbon. So you might see him in another project share in a week or two with the finishing touches. Same might happen with the beehive, but the clay pot beehive. And then this is the beehive wreath from Dollar Tree. Now this one, the fabric was from Hobby Lobby again, as was the yarn. The yarn was a clearance yarn. Now this yarn I thought worked really well for the beehive, and I just cut a piece of brown vinyl. I used adhesive vinyl. I figured it's going to be in the house, and I just stuck it on there, and then I outlined it with the yarn. I know I want to stick some little bees on this one, and I'm thinking maybe some floral and possibly a bow, but I haven't quite made up my mind exactly what's going to be on him. But I like how it's looking so far. But I did see somebody doing a video showing their Dollar Trees are getting all the coastal decor in. And somebody was showing the bee fabric and said, my store just got it. I said, I've been looking for that for a month because I've seen people sharing it and doing projects like this with it. And finally I just decided, you know what, I went to Hobby Lobby when they had their fabric on sale, and I found kind of, the 3 different bee themed fabrics. I debated on what to do on the wings, and I just liked the way that looks, so I did it. I thought that fabric was cute, so I thought I'll use that. But I said if I find it, I'll still pick it up because maybe I'll use it on another project next year. I probably won't do anything more this year, maybe, unless I really see something that sometimes you see somebody do something like, oh, I want to do that. I'm trying to wrap up spring here pretty quick because after Easter, I'll switch from my Easter decor to my spring decor. So then I'll want to move on to the next holiday for making things. But I do have a couple spring things. Like I want to finish these two. And I think I have one or two other projects on my list that I want to do. Here goes my voice again. Honestly, I'm beginning to think it's just the Sjogren's. The dryness, I think, is maybe in my throat. I guess I just need to push the water even more than I have. I've been doing better on it, but I know there's still room for improvement. But that's the projects I have done. I need to try to finish cutting out my card that this is part of it. I probably would have finished, what day was it? It wasn't yesterday. Wednesday I was cutting it out. And right in the middle of cutting it out, Cricut Design Space did an update. I wish it wouldn't do that when you're in the middle of, I mean, the program should be able to tell you're cutting a project and not do that. Because here's what happens to me every time it does that. It won't resume. Now, if it would just resume, that wouldn't be so bad. But I end up having to close it out, go back in, and since this one I was doing multiple cards, change how many things I'm doing. And I decided when I was doing, I'm like, I don't really have time to finish this now because it took so long and it was getting late. So I said, you know what, I just want to finish. I think it was working on this blue color. I just want to finish this blue color, and then the next time I'll just do the other. I think there's 2 colors left that I haven't done. So I figured out how many I had left of the blue to do and made that many copies and just did that and then canceled the project. But it's like, really? Or the least it could do is ask you, you know, there's an update available. Do you want to do it now or later? And I could have chose later, and I could have done it before after I cut and done it then, or we got up the next day and made sure I went in and updated it. I did use the oven cleaner yesterday. If you watched that haul, the cleaning haul, on the oven door. I haven't done the whole oven, but I wanted to do the door, and I got a lot of that off. Thanks to Annie Cuckoo for recommending not only the Easy Off, but the scraper blade. First, I wasn't getting much off, and I'm like, so I turned the scraper blade over, and I thought maybe it wouldn't matter, but it really took off more once I turned it over and used the other side of it. Because you can't tell by looking at it which side was up, which side was down. I thought maybe it didn't matter, but I think it did. So I was glad that, I mean, it still has a little bit left on it, but it was bad. I did film all 3 rooms before they came, and I think I did the 2 downstairs ones after, but I can't remember whether I went upstairs and did the bathroom up there. I mean, I could still do it. That was the room I was the least happy with, I'll say. The floor, it doesn't look like they even cleaned it. But I don't know. I had told them I wanted to keep it at 3 if possible. 4 was max. But they were out of here in 2, so they could have spent more time on that room. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong and they did something and it's just so bad that you can't tell. I don't know. Because I will tell, I'll be honest, it was bad. It was just one reason I'm not sure I want to share it, because, you know, it's one thing me telling you it's bad. It's another thing you seeing it was bad. Though I'm sure there are rooms that are worse. We've all watched a horror show or 2. I don't watch too many of them because though when I see them I'm like, oh, my house isn't so bad. But I still need to get this room organized. It hasn't gotten completely done since I moved down here, and that's probably been at least 6 months, so I really need to get a move on. But it seems like every time I think, oh, I'm going to do that, you know, this week, something else comes up. Like, this last few weeks have been doctor, and the next few weeks are the same. I have one next week. Hubby has one he has 2 the week after that, and another one I think the week after that. Then we get a little, well, not much of a break because I have another one coming up. I forgot about that one, but it's like we seem to get in this cycle where at one time I had my appointments nice and spread out through the year, so it wasn't like you were going to several in a month. When I see the ophthalmologist, a lot of times it is 2 because they'll do the testing one day and then a week later I'll go back and I'll see the doctor so he has the test results and then can do the exam as well. But I'd had the other one spread out really nice, and then COVID hit and everything got rescheduled multiple times. So now they're all bunched together. It's like, really? But it is what it is, you know. I ended up doing a few of the ones early in COVID over the phone, which I don't really like doing them that way. My joints bother me a lot, and stuff like that. And sometimes I think some of the stuff the doctor really needs to see it, not just have me describe it. Though maybe they'd listen to what I'm saying better if it was just that way, because they certainly don't listen to you when you go in. That's one thing I'm really tired of with doctors, is that my husband has to repeat everything I just said to take it seriously. I've noticed since my husband's been going, since he's had this problem with his weight and stuff, and they found a few things, that's not the case. They listen to him. Though sometimes I have to step in and tell him. He'll say, "Nope, I'm doing fine. I didn't have any of that." I'm like, "You told me yesterday that this hurt or that hurt," and I think he's just trying to be, it's that guy thing about doctors. And he says, "Oh yeah, that's right." Maybe that's why the doctor then says, "What does he eat in a day?" And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I can tell you what he eats at the main meal, but I couldn't tell you what he ate for breakfast and dinner and throughout the day. I said, during the day, we're usually on different floors. I don't know what all he's eaten. I've been trying to, the last few weeks, make something for breakfast, make something for dinner, so that I know he's eating more. But I told him, I said, I don't want to cook 3 days every day, 7 days a week, or even 6 days a week. I don't want to cook that much. I said, if I do that, if I do that much cooking and have to do all the cleaning, because he forgets to do his, so that leaves me no time to craft. I need the crafting. I need it. It's just as important to my health as taking my medicines. So we've got to figure out something that will allow me to craft more, because I think I really need that daily dose of doing something in here, even if it's not a whole lot, even if I just do a little bit. Like if I decide, I just want to get my flowers laid out on this and my a bow, that won't take that long, but it really helps your frame of mind, I guess. But anyways, that's all I've got to share today. Hope you enjoyed seeing my projects. Which one was your favorite? For me, I think right now, I could change once I finish the other two. It would be one of these two. And I really thought this one would be straight out the winner for me. But I really do like the way the carrot turned out. It just looks so cute. One time I thought about waiting for that in spring, and I thought, no, I think a carrot's more with Easter and the bunnies and, all that. So I really did like how this one turned out. It hangs better on the door because the door kind of holds it in place. But yeah, I really liked how that one turned out. And I thought this fabric that has kind of a little bit of different tones of orange worked really well for the carrot. So Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.